We're good. This is our co-feature. It's a featherweight showdown. Before we get into the fight, I do want to talk about the history here with this at the end. Because, listen, you're Brooklyn born and raised. You carry it on your back proudly. How special was that program and your affiliation there?
Oh man, like that program right there was a big part of my life because there's something that I always wanted to be a part of because me being from where I'm from, people like us, we wanted to yearn for something that we could just get an outlet from, but sometimes we couldn't do it just because we couldn't afford it. Like just imagine how many Michael Jordans there could be, how many Kobe Bryants there could be in this world, how many Mike Tyson swimming brothers or whatever, and they couldn't be themselves because they couldn't afford it. You know what I'm saying? So now this just opened up the floodgates for so many people, so many kids to be able to strive and, fight for something and, build up into something. Like, they don't even have to be boxers. Some of them, they just end up going into other fields of life, but the discipline that boxing gives, it kind of just opens up so many ideas for everybody to just want to do other things in life. And it was just a beautiful thing to be a part of.
All right, let's get into the fight for Saturday night. Obviously, we just had a change in opponent. Does that change anything for you? Is it just business as usual?
Oh, it's business as usual. Nothing changes for me at all. I'm ready for anything. Me and my coach, my team, we always prepare for the unexpected. Like, so we was preparing for Enrique Vivas and his style. We have sparring partners that fought like him, but at the same time, we kind of mixed it up as well too. And we got sparring partners that was like my new opponent here. So we're always ready. And then if none of that even happens, I'm gonna always depend on my adaptability. So I'm gonna adapt regardless. And y'all gonna still see the Shoo Show take over on June 8th.
New York City. Let's bring in your opponent, Brian De Gracias. Thank you for joining us. When did you find out about this fight? Cardi, you want to help me out? Thanks, brother.
¿Cuándo supiste de la pelea?
Bueno, se me informó, se puede decir, hace escasas dos semanas y eso tal vez pueda hacer lucir un poco confiado al equipo de Shushu, pero nosotros sabemos pues cómo es nuestra manera de trabajar y nuestra manera de pelear y venimos sencillamente ellos tal vez piensan que van a cantar cumpleaños, pero venimos a arruinar la fiesta.
I was very told about this fight 2 weeks ago. Like that might give Chushu's team some confidence, but they might think that I'm here to sing happy birthday, but I'm here to ruin the party.
Well, some further clarification on that. We, through his promoter, Tico Zabala, once the original opponent, Jose Enrique Vivas, we knew that there were visa problems. What a shock. And we put Brian on hold about 5.5 weeks ago. It officially came back, about 10 days ago that he was going to get the fight. So he's always been in the gym. And
so he was aware there was a pretty good opportunity.
Yeah, so there's no last-minute announcement, but he's been ready for 5 weeks.
Gary, ask him, to Carl's point, he's always in the gym, he's always in shape. When he did get the call to make it official 2 weeks ago, did anything really change, or was it just now, hey, let's step it up a notch and get ready to go?
Te dijeron de la pelea hace 10 días, pero como mencionaste, te mantienes siempre en el ring. ¿Algo cambió cuando te hablaron de la pelea?
Bueno, sí, yo por lo regular siempre me mantengo entrenando, tenga o no tenga pelea, para este tipo de oportunidades. Cuando se me pueden presentar, pues poder aprovecharlo. Y sencillamente lo único que tuvimos que hacer fue los ajustes necesarios, pues en base al estilo de pelea de Shushu y trabajar obviamente con los sparring esos últimos días.
I'm always in the gym, regardless if I have a fight or not. When the opportunity came, I just make the adjustments to adapt to Shushu's style, and adjust the sparring partners too.
Shushu, I want to come back to you. The last time we were together, it was a highlight reel performance with a massive 4th round knockout. We clearly saw, rounds 1 through 3. You were finding what you needed to do to put your opponent away, and you did it in a pretty spectacular fashion. When things like this happen where you get a last-minute opponent, is there any concern, or do you have to go back to the drawing board a little bit? Because, when guys are given these opportunities, there's nothing to lose, right? They're thrown in there like, hey, I got a shot at Shushu. You clearly hear your name. It translates.
Yeah, it's, of course we, go back to the drawing board in terms of film study and whatnot. But it's a little bit more of just the consistency of just, staying sharp and sharpening the tools, because I feel like with my style, I could just adapt to anybody in a short period of time. And I do want to give give thanks for Brian for being able to take the fight and make the show still happen. Too bad he's gonna be on the bad end of that show.
Do you want to translate that real quick?
Can't wait to
He just gave thanks for taking the fight and allowing the fight to start.
Él te agradece por haber tomado la pelea, aún así cuando fue 10 días. Gracias por la oportunidad y por permitir que el show continúe.
Thank you. Carl?
No, just to follow up on Shushu, what we've heard the whole day, we know his background. To him, boxing is easy. It's where he feels most comfortable. It's what he does the best. Life is hard for him because of what he had to come through and what he continues to strive to get to and everything like that. But in the ring, he's at home and that's where he wants to be, and we'll keep him as busy as we can.
Keep him busy. We like busy. Gardy, one more question for Brian. Your aggressive style, forward, always coming forward, your punching power, does this short notice help you with that type of style?
Tiene un estilo agresivo de siempre venir adelante. Tipo de pelea que te están dando a 10 días te beneficia.
Si se puede decir, sí, porque nosotros, el estilo de pelea de nosotros es de ir hacia adelante y sencillamente una oportunidad que se presente prontamente, los boxeadores que tenemos el potencial, la pegada, podemos resolver la pelea en cualquier asalto.
It's really an advantage, like having this style of being aggressive, always coming forward. With a short notice, he might not be able to adapt to what I'm bringing, and I have the power to finish the fight whenever.
Thank you for being here. Best of luck Saturday night. Last question, Bruce. This is a huge weekend, obviously, in New York City for Puerto Rico, and we'll get to Xander in a minute. You called yourself recently Shuriken. And how much fun has this fight week been for you?
Man, this fight week has been great, man. It's New York City and Puerto Rico coming together. It's New Rico, you know what I mean?
That's what it was. Sorry, I even butchered it. I like your version better.
Listen, man, I plan on putting on a great performance. I plan on doing something special for my Puerto Rican fans. Y'all been showing me a lot of love, recently, man, and there's nothing to give back. And I just can't wait to do what I do, man. I just can't wait to just, perform for y'all.
Have you seen his Instagram? After the last fight, when he went to Puerto Rico for 3 days, he came back 2 weeks later, doing salsa dancing and eating all that. He texted me, he goes, he texted, man, it's nice down there.
It was crazy.
You were almost a cruiser when you came back.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you guys for being here. Let's turn to our main event, and the reason why we're here, it is Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend, and we are in the mecca of boxing, and Puerto Rican sensation Xander Zayas puts his NABF and NABO titles on the line. Xander, first of all, does it get any better than this? Headlining Garden? Carl says he hopes so, but for this moment right now.
Like Carl said, I hope so too. But for this moment, it's a dream that I've always been looking forward to do. Something that we work towards doing. And I want to give thanks to Top Rank, ESPN, MSG for giving me this opportunity. Man, 21 years old, I'm headlining MSG. It's something that I only dreamed of. Worked hard for it, and now it's happening.
It's very exciting. Top Rank is here every Puerto Rican Day weekend, and to have you headlining is something special for sure. Before we bring in your opponent, I want to bring him up. You're facing a 14-year veteran. He's a former champ who's looking to get back in title contention. You clearly stand in his way. You are on your own path. How do you put the big weekend distractions aside so that you focus on the task at hand Saturday night?
Man, on paper, this is the biggest test of my career, and I have to pass with flying colors. I know that, the team knows that, and we're focused on winning Saturday night and then focusing on everything else.
Let's bring in your toughest task to date, Patrick Teixeira. Thank you very much for being here. We have your translator over here. You are coming off 3 straight, very impressive victories. Does a big win on Saturday get you back to where you want to be?
Patrick, você está saindo de 3 lutas, 3 vitórias impressivas, impressionantes, né, na sua carreira, e o que uma vitória nesse final de semana significa para você?
Primeiro, eu queria agradecer a equipe do Xander por aceitar a peleia, o Brad Goodman por fechar a luta, e uma vitória primeiro que essa luta é muito importante para mim, que coloca nos holofotes no público nos Estados Unidos, e uma vitória sobre Xander me coloca para outras grandes lutas, né, como ou pelo título mundial, algo assim.
First of all, I'd like to thank Zayas and his team for taking the fight, and Brad for helping set up the whole team. And I also want to say that this fight, a victory in this fight, can put me back on headlights and get me where I wanted to be.
You beat an undefeated Carlos Adames, who at that time was 18-0. Xander is sitting at 18-0. On a top-ranked show, as Carl likes to remind everybody.
Right in front of us.
Yeah. So does that give you a little bit extra motivation as you walk in Saturday night to repeat that type of performance?
Você venceu o Adames quando era 18-0 e o Zayas hoje ele é 18-0 também. Isso quer dizer alguma coisa?
Na verdade, cada luta é uma luta, né? Mas o mais importante é que eu trabalhei duro, treinei bastante para chegar aqui e tentar conseguir uma vitória. Mas cada luta é uma luta e a gente trabalha com uma estratégia diferente, mas espero sair com a vitória.
Obviously, every fight is a fight. I know the difference and I work in a different way for different fights. We have different strategies for the fight. I just hope to get out of the win.
Xander, you know Patrick's going to come forward. He's going to pressure you. How do you handle that aggressive style that is certain to come your way Saturday?
Somebody's going to have to back up. Somebody's going to have to back down, and I don't believe it's going to be me. I'm ready to go 10 rounds if necessary. I'm willing to go through everything I have to go through to get the victory Saturday night. I'm excited, súper emocionado de estar aquí. Obviamente, las gracias a Patrick y a su equipo por también hacer la pelea y por darme la oportunidad en mi primer evento estelar. Super happy to be here, and thanks to Patrick and his team for making the fight happen and giving my first headline.
I'm going to come back to you, Patrick. I just asked Xander about your style and coming forward and all of the pressure. Do we even see more of that we maybe haven't seen in the past, knowing what's on the line Saturday night?
Eu acabei de perguntar para o Zé sobre o seu estilo, que é caminhar para frente e botar pressão. A gente espera ver mais isso nesse final de semana ou você tem um plano diferente?
Na verdade, eu vou me adaptando ao adversário, né? Mas dependendo, o que mais me gosta, que eu gosto mesmo é de ir para buscar a luta, né? Mas se necessitarmos mudar a estratégia, tiver que boxear na longa distância, usar muito de jab, a gente consegue se adaptar bem.
In reality, I adapt myself to my opponent. I like to be applying pressure to walk forward, but it all depends what's going to happen during the fight.
Carl, you wanted to chime in about this crazy weekend here in New York City.
No, I was just thinking, for the older people in the room, you go back to Chedwi Torres and Juan Laporte and Carlos Ortiz, to Trinidad and Tokoto, and now, this whole effort for Xander is because of our absolute belief that his shoulders can carry an island and a whole community and the whole Puerto Rican, wherever they live and everything like that. We wouldn't be doing that unless we didn't have the faith in Xander to not only win Saturday, but to go upstairs one day. If the Rangers and Knicks, continue to win, it's going to be tough getting the building because that's a playoff hole, which they probably will. But for now, we'll be downstairs. But the goal is to sell upstairs against worthy opponents and guys in this weight class, obviously, and we know, we have that mapped out. But like the playoffs, you lose, you go home. So it's all about Saturday night for Xander.
So on that note, Xander, I want to come back to you and we'll end on this. Obviously you're on the cusp of massive what could be next, right? The what ifs. How do you handle that pressure and maintain a focus and balance in life?
And I feel like I'm one of the best 154 pounders in the division. There's no pressure. I've been working hard since I'm 5 years old to be in this position. I will continue to work hard to maintain this position and to get better and to get bigger fights. Hopefully, like Carl said, in the future, I could be in the main room, selling out the main room against a worthy fighter. And we'll continue to follow our path, becoming world champions in the future, and keep bringing glory to Puerto Rico.
Amazing. We're going to leave it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back here on this stage tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern as we get everybody on the scale. But big round of applause for everybody on this stage. There is nothing better than fight weekend in New York City at the Mecca of Boxing, Madison Square Garden. We'll get these guys doing a picture and a face-off for the first time this week. As always, this is boxing. This is Top Rank. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Everyone together.
I'm looking at my footage, man. Sorry. Huh? You alright? You guys are cool.
Brooklyn. Hey, what's up? Hey, you ready to go? Gotta get an interview with you.
Ah, yeah, I remember.
I gotta go to that meeting with Jacob. Tio, I get an interview with you, man. All right, right after. Yeah? I gotta go. 30 minutes. Oh, God bless, man. All right, I'll see you. All right.
Here, can I ask you a question? Like, so what do you think about, I ask you a question, so what do you think about Top Rank versus Jordan?
Wipe them out.
Wipe them out? Wipe them out? Okay. So when you do, they say Tio versus Ryan, what you think about that?
Congress too big, power's too big.
That's
Davis power, if you want to give his time to go better. Wipe out Devontae Davis too.
Can I ask you that same question? So we know Oscar's been saying, he's been speaking about the Golden Boy versus Top Rank. What do you think?
Oscar, you know, Oscar and me in the ring.
So then you said Top Rank don't wipe out Jordan.
It depends on who the fighters are and who the fights are. The fact that, you know, you have no idea hearings are really interesting. The fighters that they can show the fighters interesting people, not the fact that it's Oscar's fighters against our fighters. Sort of irrelevant.
So what did you think about the last one you did? What did you think the last one you did?
Well,
Eddie
I
Hearn?
think, again,